What do fast cars,
So this car is an Aston Martin.
big boats, and mega money have to do with the Skills Center?
It's about finding what we're good at and then achieving our dreams.
They're the topic for a new program called STEM Exposure. Throughout the school year, Skills Center students get exposure to STEM professionals who bring in the big bucks.
It's inspiring how engineering works.
I actually do make quite a bit more than most athletes than you can name.
How? He owns companies related to STEM.
The three companies together is probably worth, I don't know, probably $60 or $70 million right now.
Students already know the things they want cost money. They're realizing educational levels typically determine how much money a person makes, and athletes don't always come out on top.
If you add together Russell Wilson, Peyton Manning, and Carmelo Anthony's total net worth, that's only $317 million. That's $2,183,000 less than this guy, Robert F. Smith, a STEM professional and the second richest black American, with a total net worth $2.5 billion.
Watching lifestyle videos of people in STEM shows students how certain professional degrees can get them what they want and more if they're willing to put in the work. And for Skills Center students, that work starts now.
No, I need 2 of them, right?
How's y'all's going?
Complicated.
Students try out Bricks for Kids and learn how to persevere through their first engineering type project with Legos. We learn a lot about STEM in school, but today we take the classroom on the road. St. Peter Claver, Marshall, and Pierce Middle School students, like Iriana, tour Topgolf and try out the game a lot of STEM professionals spend some of their money on. Golf professional Mackenzie Mack from First Tee shares information on why golf is so popular.
Why is golf important in the business world?
Good question. A lot of business deals are done on the golf course, okay? So a lot of CEOs have charity events, they have corporate events where they go to hang out and get to know each other. Golf takes 4 hours. So it's 4 hours you get to sit with a CEO of a company and explain why you're a great candidate and show who you are.
But what about STEM? Where is it in golf?
It's in the engineering of the golf clubs. Every club is different. Everything is specifically engineered and counted and analyzed so that it can go a specific distance. You have the design aspect of the clothes and the shoes to make sure that you get good grip on the grass.
Kayla Strain from Topgolf says brand new technology here makes the game even more fun.
All of our golf balls are embedded with microchips, so that's how it keeps track of your score. So when you're playing and it makes it into one of those targets, that microchip is going to register to your name. So when you are pushing on the screen, player 1 and your name, then it knows it's you that hit that golf ball, and that's how it's registering all of the scoring systems with you.
After all the fun they had, they end their golfing day the same way most people do. But not just at any restaurant. From watching a STEM exposure video, the kids already know a little about the lifestyle, educational path, and career of local STEM professional Robert Blaylock. His success comes from a master's degree in computer science.
The theory is if you have 5 different sources of income, you can create wealth. Being rich might be the basketball player. Being wealthy is the person who owns the basketball team. I can be at home shooting pool with all of you all, and I'm still making money from different streams of income, then I'm in a position to create wealth.
Alrighty, let's go inside and check it out.
Let's meet Cameron, the store manager who helps run Zaxby's for Robert.
I'm gonna show you guys the back and we're gonna kind of show you how Zaxby's works, all right?
The kids quickly learn there's a lot of math, even in a restaurant.
Do you measure like the carrots and those on there, like the little small pieces?
We do a 3-2-2, which is 3 green leaf, 2 iceberg, and 2 romaine. It's gonna be 10 ounces of carrots and 10 ounces of cabbage.
From the math measurements to protect profits.
So we don't wanna be giving out extra than we need to, because then we're gonna end up losing.
To the science behind temperatures for food safety.
How cold is the freezer?
So the freezer actually has to be kept 0 degrees and below. Everything in there has to stay below that temperature to preserve the quality of the food.
And even the engineering and technology design concepts for restaurant equipment.
How do you tell how long you keep the chicken in the fryer?
After they drop the wings in the fryer like this, they have to hit these 2 timers up here. The first timer, that's for the total cook time of the wings, which is 10 minutes. And then number 2 is for the shake timer. Every 2 minutes, the wings need to be brought up and shaken up.
Students see many aspects of STEM they may not have thought of in a restaurant.
That's a lot of technology.
Yeah, there's STEM all over this, because this fry is perfect. I better stop eating.
Because it's time to go.
Michelle, where are we?
We're at our last stop. I know many of you are ready to see a true technology company. AC4S, nothing but tech. Let's go take a look. One part of this multi-million-dollar company helps supply the military with what it needs.
It can be airplanes, it could be tanks, it could be submarines, it could be ships, satellites, all that stuff. This is my business partner, Norm Abdallah. So we bought the building for $4.6 million. But the key thing is we have tenants. We have other companies in here that pay us rent.
The kids remember Hugh's boat and his Aston Martin from a STEM exposure video they watched in class.
How did this car inspire you?
I used to love cars growing up. I've always wanted to have a nice, fast sports car.
Now they get to see the STEM business that pays for his car and more. But before we take a tour, why the name AC4S?
It started out as a military acronym, so Advanced C4 Solutions, doing IT things for the military, but we do a lot more than that for the United States government, so we've abbreviated our name to AC4S.
We would show you more of what AC4S does, but that's classified.
We'll be back in just a minute.
We can show you one thing the kids love.
So, I've got various things in here from like when I used to run a satellite facility. These are some of the people I've met. Colin Powell, anybody know who Colin Powell is? You guys know who he is? No. He used to be the Secretary of State.
Along with all the famous people on the wall, Hugh shares a bit about his days at the United States Military Academy at West Point.
When I was in school as a cadet, we used to have to dress like this and do parades on the weekends, and that's the sword I had.
The boys see the sword and something else.
That's your wife?
My wife is over there, yes. She is beautiful, thank you. Come on, let's keep going.
The kids enjoy his office and hearing from AC4S employee Adam Anderson.
I'm a dispatcher and I do procurement. So new clients that we get, I order all the equipment and I help support issues when they call us. I create tickets, I help troubleshoot.
We were all shocked to hear just how much computer equipment can cost.
This one item, it was $20,000. It was a security appliance that it does a number of things. It lets people connect to the internet. It controls the entire network and provides security for everybody connecting to it.
If $20,000 sounds impressive, listen to the next set of numbers on what I call the Contract Wall of Fame.
Each one of these plaques up here on the wall represents the time and effort when we won a contract. And it varies widely from our customers, from the State Department to the United States military to the Federal Aviation Administration and all of those things. So every one of these contracts represents anywhere from several $100,000 to a couple of $100 million in the value of these contracts. And as you can see, we have won quite a few of them over the years, which is why we've grown to be a fairly large company.
Did you hear that? $100 million. That's what they pay him. Now he has to pay some other people. He doesn't get to keep all that. But still, it's a pretty big contract.
If you want to go be an athlete and try, get in the NBA and NFL, well, that's great, but you can make a lot more money doing other things.
Now, these Skill Center kids know most of those other things have to do with 4 words: science, technology, engineering, and math.
There's no such thing as being lucky. You got to work hard and create your own luck so that you're ready when the opportunity comes up. I mean, there really is no substitute for working hard, for putting in the hours, doing your homework, making sacrifices. I would tell you that for me, it was kind of a big sacrifice going to a military college, but I think it's paid off.
Our trip to AC4S is going to pay off for all the kids lucky enough to experience touring a top secret STEM facility and hearing from someone who made a very important decision about his life.
I just knew when I was your guys' age, I didn't want to be poor anymore. So I worked hard and I made sacrifices. And I studied and I studied and I studied. And I stayed on the right path. I didn't get distracted.
Hugh shows if you stay focused when you're young, you can have a lot more fun when you get older.
Thank you for showing us around to your facility and sharing your life with us. You're a very great inspiration. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Ariana, thank you so much for everything you did today. It was fabulous working with you. And thanks to all of the kids from the Skills Center, I think that we had a great time. I want everyone to remember that science, technology, engineering, and math is everywhere. And with a STEM career, you can shop traveling!